Hi, Cat. How are you? You gonna watch? Yeah? Okay. Well, here we go. We're gonna put a different bump stop in the front suspension of a Smart. So this is how we're gonna do it. The first thing we have to do is get our tools. We've got 13/16 welded to what was a Harbor Freight wrench to do angle grinder changes. It's got a nice little slot in here to make it easy to weld. I shortened up the socket a little bit and made it so it fits really good. This is your typical Harbor Freight T45 bit that'll turn the shock. I've got it on a 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter because it's a 1/2 inch socket onto a swivel-headed socket wrench turner. I've got the wheel bolt thing. I've got these super deluxe chromy bolts, so that takes an adapter. I've got a long screwdriver to do some forcing with, 8mm to do the ABS. This is a T30 to take the brake rotor off. This is a 13/16 to take the big nut off the top of the shock. This 18mm does the lower ball joint nut and the caliper bolts. This is an 11/16. This takes off the tie rod end, and I use a swivel on all of them to make it easy to get the tool in there, and then just a little bungee cord to hold up the caliper while it's not supported. We've got our typical Harbor Freight jack. The big difference is I've put two holes in the lower drain pan or skid pan or whatever that thing is underneath, so I can just tighten up. I can run the jack underneath the pivot for the lower control arm instead of jacking in normal jacking spots. So here we go. We're gonna get our two little tools here. I've taken off the hood. And down in here at the top of the shock, I'm going to put the tool on top of the nut with the wrench toward the passenger side. I'm going to set this to on and put it into the top of the strut. And I'm going to turn this for a little while. So I just turn this nut a few turns here. Actually turn the shaft down with the nut to see where it is. The more times you do this, the easier it gets as the nut wears out. Eventually, this nut will get easy enough to just turn off the rest of the way. Now you've got the top and the nut. Just take that right off the top. Now loosen your wheel. Now loosen your wheel. You get the jack underneath. Get the wheel off here. The first thing I do is take the tie rod nut off. That's 17 or 11/16. This is easy and that it pops right off pretty much. Now take the ABS line loose off of the little plastic holder on the strut. Take your 18. You can take the lower ball joint nut off. I find one of the holes up top in the plastic and hook my strap to it. And come back over here. Get my 2 caliper bolts. And just hang this from their rubber hanger. Now because I'm a weakling and I don't feel like picking up the whole strut along with the rotor, I use this T30 wrench and take that little nut off. Now you can take an 8 and get the ABS sensor out. Now you take your long screwdriver, put it in the lower control arm, just hold up on the strut, and the whole thing